This card chosen for you is from the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. Card 38. Laced, Moon's Daughter. Light cast in shadows. Spiritual guidance. Illumination. Riddles. She is the bringer of light in the darkness. Yet moonlight both reveals and conceals. Her bright fairy hoofprints light the path ahead of you, guiding you through the dark. She is also one of the guides at the passages between the other worlds and this one. It is she who, with her bright light, tends the gate of revelation, showing us the way through by illumination, while her sister Epona's wild daughter helps to guide us through the gate of despair. Laced's gate is much more fun. Yet in the process of guiding us, Laced may pull a veil of cloud across the face of her mother, the moon, and 3 steps later we fall into a bog. That should wake you up, she thinks, smiling wisely. She disapproves of sleepwalking, which is something that most of us humans do a great deal of the time. The night contains too much magic and beauty and wisdom to walk through it unseeing. You may find her activities helpful. You may find them frustrating. How you take them is entirely up to you, but they are intended to help you awaken. Bear in mind that she does not trip us. She merely places an obstacle or a pitfall in our path, and we, sleepwalking and unaware, step right into it. We don't have to. As always, it is our choice. Laced wants us to be open with the great unknown to mystical, not necessarily magical, experiences that teach us an expanded way to relate to the multiverse, all of the worlds and dimensions together. She is daughter of the moon, but she is also an illumined child of unity. Card 1. Where the Lost Gunna, the Frog Queen at card 39, wishes you to get in touch with your subconscious and find the treasures there. Laced hopes you will reach for your higher self, your not yet realized cosmic wisdom. You know far more than you know you know. There are places in ourselves that we may have fear because we are shadowed and unknown. We may imagine them full of monsters when in fact they are inhabited by joyful spirits. She wishes us to explore this terra incognita because it is where much of our potential and as yet unexplored wisdom lies. Laced reaches into our deepest minds, opening long shut doors, illuminating and revealing the uncultured ground of our being, our hidden senses and talents. She speaks to us in the language of symbols, as fairies often do, because words are so limited. Any one symbol may speak to us on many levels of consciousness and about many different aspects of being, if we spend time contemplating it. Laced is a sphinx, and finding the answers to her profound riddles gives us keys to the multiverse. If you are attending to your dreams and visions and studying everyday occurrences, trying to discover the deeper levels of meaning in the symbols there, you are learning the language of Laced. That language is spoken by artists like Brian and poets whose works are informed by rich symbolism. Discovering it through study, through looking within ourselves, and through interaction with fairies not only teaches us the language of fairy of art and of high poetry, but it also gives us keys to our own psychic abilities and to the deep levels of our own psyches, where the singers and the creative force of unity are most easily found. Through revelation and the ecstatic experience of the mystic, Laced faces the leads us into the future. She prefers to let the old stuff of the past fade away in the illumination of sight and insight and newly accessed wisdom. You may be finding apparently random events and ideas that are falling into pattern and beginning to make sense to you. Things may be flowing more easily than you are accustomed to. and your decisions and choices may be bringing an unusually high degree of success. Psychic abilities, hunches, intuitions, foreknowings are becoming clearer and making more sense. Trust the process. She also brings psychic dreams, forelighting the future and illumining the present. These dreams often speak in symbols, as fairies are wont to do. But as a warning, if someone is experiencing a free-floating anxiety, inexplicable self-doubt, or a tendency to accidents, it may be that change is occurring at the very deep levels of the psyche. In various stages of such work, as change takes place on a deeply unconscious level, some disruptive energies rise to the surface of consciousness. Be especially careful and watchful as you go through your daily activities. When we are occupied on these deep levels with change, many of our automatic coping mechanisms fail to work properly. We may be too busy deeper down to pay attention to whether or not the traffic light is red or the red shoelaces are untied. Alternatively, this card may indicate that Laced is working behind the scenes with others to bring about change, which in turn will probably eventually elicit change in the querent. It can also signify that someone is unreasonably and unrealistically demanding superhuman perfection from others. Laced's advice on this is, don't. Another alternative is that by ignoring dreams, portents, omens, and insights that are trying to occur at this deep level, someone is denying or blocking change. Laced does what she can, but when her help is refused, she refers people to her sister, Dorcha, Epona's wild daughter. Before I read the second card for you, just a reminder to please hit the like and help me beat those algorithms. For every like that you give me is potentially 1,000 suggestions and recommendations on YouTube. Thank you and God bless. Enjoy the rest of the reading. This card chosen for you is from the Fairy Forest, an oracle of the wild green world by Lucy Cavendish. Card number 1, Cunning Woman. Silent, observant, wily. Now is not the time for talk or action. It is a time to be independent, watchful, and intelligent. This being holds within her very specific knowledge, the value of silence and watchfulness. Her message to you is to watch and observe what people and beings around you are doing. It is through their actions that you will know them. There is also an element of secrecy. You must keep close to your heart certain information and thoughts at present. It is necessary for you to be very shrewd and careful about the next step, and this is no bad thing. It is wise to conserve your energy at this time, to be silent, to withhold, and to begin to see the patterns around you. You will soon know what to do and exactly when to do it. But now is not the time to share, to offer forth your most tender secrets, nor is it time to speak of what you know. It is time to be quiet, to observe, and to allow others to reveal who they are. This is also the card of one who must listen. Quiet your mind, steady your gaze, resolve to be focused, and then your innate and clever nature will be able to make sense of what is taking place around you. Be the point of stillness, watchfulness, and wisdom. Let everything just drop away. Hide yourself and begin to see the truth as revealed by what is actually happening, uncolored by story, imagination, interpretation. Artwork, Amber Witt.